So many of the deepest wounds you've carried came from family. But here's the other side. Family can also be the place of your deepest healing. Because family was God's idea from the beginning. And his plan for it has always been redemption. When people learn to root their love in God's design, families that were once fractured begin to mend. Cycles of anger, abandonment, and brokenness give way to mercy, forgiveness, and restoration. And that's not theory. It is what happens when God's love becomes the foundation of a family. So in this video, I will show you why family is not just a human invention, but God's design. Then we'll talk about the two pillars that sustain lasting love inside families and how you can begin to experience God's redemptive love in your own home, no matter how broken things feel right now. Welcome to Wisdom Etc., the space where we seek to unpack and understand eternal wisdom. My name is Flavio, and this month we are looking at love and relationships. Today's video is all about family as a place to experience God's redemptive love. Last week we explored the secret to relationship that lasts. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out after this one. And don't forget, you can also follow us on Instagram for your daily insight. We would love to connect with you there. From the very beginning, God created family. He made man and woman with the capacity for thought, for desire, for attraction, even the gift of sex and pleasure. And it was designed to flourish inside the safety of a covenant. And out of that covenant comes new life. And from that new life, a family, and from family comes community. And then we have progress and development. But love, at its core, is a choice. And that's why God gave humanity freedom to choose him or to reject him. Think of, for a moment, of Cain and Abel. Cain's jealousy consumed him, but God warned him. He says, sin is crouching at your door and you must rule over it. That's still true for you today. Evil is real, but so is your power to choose love. Here's the key. Real love rests on two pillars: goodness and mercy. Goodness and mercy. Now, goodness is God's desire that you should not be harmed, that you should not experience or embrace or display evil in any form. And his mercy is his gift when you fail, or his gift when others fail you, and when you experience harm and suffering as a result of that evil. Now, mercy is the door of restoration and the door of healing. Think of it like swimming, like water gives life, right? It's beautiful and refreshing, but if it fills your lungs, you can drown. So boundaries exist for your safety, and mercy is what pulls you out when you've gone too far. And this is where Christ's love comes in. Okay, through him, God's redemptive plan for family is revealed. His forgiveness, his restoration that he offers. And he calls you to pass on that same love to those closest to you. And that's not easy. And that's what we call sacrificial love, right? But it can also transform. That love can transform broken homes. It can make broken homes into places, a place of healing, a place of redemption, a place of hope. So whether you are a husband, a wife, a son, a daughter, a single parent, or if you are someone who feels orphaned, the question remains: will you let God's redemptive love flow through you? If you are a husband and a father, what a responsibility and privilege to love your wife as Christ loves his church. And he gave himself to her. And what a privilege and responsibility to reflect the heart of Father God towards your children, so they can have a positive revelation, a positive understanding of the love of Father God to them or for them. And this is powerful. But if you are a wife or a mother, and in what ways can you display the respect and the admiration towards your husband and reflect God's goodness and God's mercy in homemaking or in your house management? Of course, in our modern world, very often both parents are working, both parents are managing housework. Now, if you're a children or if you're a child, you are called to honor your parents. So, and you need to, in this process, understand your parents' limitations. How can you display honor and respect in ways that is redemptive and that portrays God's goodness and mercy? It is not easy, but restoration needs to start somewhere. It could start with you. Okay, the first one in the family to get up, wake up the others, save the others. And we start with goodness and mercy and engaging the love of God. I want to hear from you. What is one way you can bring goodness or mercy into your family today or this week? Drop in the comments. I would love to read your thoughts. Here's your challenge. Take one intentional step to serve your family this week. Maybe it is forgiveness. Maybe it is showing patience. Maybe it is reaching out to someone you've been distant from, someone you haven't spoken for a while. Choose love and watch what God does with that little seed. If this video encouraged you, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. And here's the truth. Your family doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be a place where goodness and mercy are allowed to flow. And when you choose that, healing begins to take place. I will see you next time. God bless you. Bye.